Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are some of the biggest game shows on television. Both shows have undergone various changes over the years, including new hosts. However, both shows have recently come under fire from former employees, who have launched a series of lawsuits, claiming they were laid off for reporting concerns over racial discrimination. The suit comes from former Sony employees. Two people involved in the suit are Monique Diaz and Shelley Balance Ellis, who worked on Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Both Diaz and Balance Ellis worked on the game shows for over 20 years. However, both were laid off by Sony Pictures Entertainment back in April. Notably, issues were reported to the California Civil Rights Department before Ryan Seacrest took on hosting duties on Wheel of Fortune. At this time, it is unclear if he had any interaction with Diaz and Balance Ellis during the production of the show. According to USA Today, the suit alleges that people of color were discriminated against on both shows. It also claimed Sony targeted those who reported discrimination. Both Balance Ellis and Diaz claimed that they were given fewer opportunities compared to white colleagues. They also allegedly encountered racially insensitive comments, such as crew members insulting a black contestant's hair. Balance Ellis claimed she was also given extra responsibilities during her time working for Sony Pictures Entertainment. Diaz also claimed that she was paid less than a newly hired white coworker. Back in April, Balance Ellis and Diaz were laid off in what the company claimed was a corporate reorganization. In the complaint, Balance Ellis claimed that the truth is that I and others were targeted by Sony because we oppose discrimination. There were also concerns about clues not being inclusive. Balance Ellis also claimed she had concerns about how inclusive Jeopardy was when it came to clues. For example, she brought up a 1999 clue in the Black History category, which revolved around a white flight into the suburbs. As she noted, I mean to think that people are moving out of a neighborhood because black people move in. That is not Black history of anything. After that happened, people I knew were offended, and in my opinion, rightfully so. I was embarrassed to work somewhere where that happened. Sony denied these claims in a statement with USA Today, claiming the company wanted to develop a culture of inclusivity and respect. As the statement read, Sony Pictures Entertainment takes all allegations of discrimination very seriously. Earlier this year, there was a broad reorganization of our game show group that resulted in the elimination of several roles to address redundancies and evolving business needs of a 40-plus-year-old operation. Those eliminations were business efficiency decisions and not retaliatory. Representing Balance Ellis and Diaz are attorneys Peter Romer Friedman and Hillary Benham Baker, who feel Sony went against state civil rights laws. As Benham Baker shared, what happened to Shelley and her colleagues behind the closed doors of production should not happen. The statement added, it was unlawful under our civil rights laws. What do you think of the lawsuit? Make sure you come back to TV Shows Ace for all the latest TV and celebrity news. The beloved game shows Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, two iconic pillars of American television, recently found themselves in an unexpected spotlight. Not for record-breaking winnings or entertaining episodes, but for lawsuits that raise intriguing questions about the inner workings of these long-standing shows. Both series, known for their consistent charm and loyal audiences, are now at the center of legal battles that could have far-reaching impacts on game show production, contestant rights, and even the show's future. These legal battles come at a time when both Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are experiencing changes and adjustments, with hosts and contestants adapting to shifts in viewership habits and audience expectations. For years, both shows have thrived on a format of fairness and intellectual challenge, carefully curated to offer contestants an equal opportunity at winning. But these lawsuits raise questions about how fair and transparent the shows truly are, leaving some fans wondering if everything is as straightforward as it appears on screen. The nature of the lawsuits behind the curtain. The lawsuits against Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are complex, with each show facing unique accusations. For Jeopardy, the lawsuit centers around alleged discrepancies in the handling of contestant questions, the review of game rules, and even potential favoritism in contestant selection. Plaintiffs claim that certain contestants are provided with more advantageous question sets or receive preferential treatment due to connections within the industry. The lawsuit brings to light issues around the fairness of the game's signature spinning mechanism. According to the complaint, some contestants argue that the wheel has mechanical biases that could make it favor particular wedges over others. They allege that the setup of the wheel may impact some contestants' odds of winning higher amounts or landing on specific prizes, such as the famous bankrupt or lose-a-turn wedges. Though no official investigations have confirmed these allegations, the lawsuits have certainly raised eyebrows, causing fans to question just how random the wheel's outcomes are. Contestants' experiences and growing concerns. The plaintiffs in both lawsuits have spoken out about their disappointment and frustration, sharing insights into the behind-the-scenes practices that audiences rarely get to see. One former Jeopardy contestant claimed that they felt unprepared and misled by the show's lack of clear communication about its unique rules and regulations. Although contestants are briefed before appearing on the show, plaintiffs argue that the briefing process is rushed, providing inadequate time to understand the intricacies of the game. On the Wheel of Fortune side, former contestants alleged that the wheel's performance felt inconsistent, pointing out that, at times, the wheel would stick or spin irregularly, leading to outcomes they believed were less than random. One contestant even claimed that they were specifically advised to spin the wheel in a certain way to achieve a more ideal result. While these claims remain unverified, they highlight contestants' concerns over the level of control they truly have over their game outcomes. Fan reactions and social media outcry. As news of the lawsuits broke, fans took to social media to voice a mixture of shock, skepticism, and intrigue. Loyal viewers expressed surprise at the allegations, with many claiming they had always trusted the show's reputation for fairness and honesty. For decades, Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune have upheld a nearly pristine reputation, with audiences believing the outcomes to be purely based on knowledge, skill, or, in the case of Wheel of Fortune, pure luck. The lawsuits have rattled this trust, leading fans to question how much of the gameplay is really behind the scenes. Across Twitter, hashtags like #JeopardyLawsuit and #WheelLawsuit began trending, with fans debating the validity of the claims and sharing their own theories. Some viewers expressed doubts, calling the lawsuits a cash grab by contestants who may be looking for a payout after a disappointing performance. Others were more sympathetic, believing that if the allegations were true, they would represent a breach of trust not only with contestants but with audiences as well. Reddit threads dedicated to unraveling the lawsuits sprang up, with armchair legal analysts dissecting the plausibility of each claim and speculating on how these cases might unfold. Potential impacts on production. For both Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, these lawsuits have placed added pressure on their production teams to ensure that fairness and transparency are top priorities. It's possible that, in response to the lawsuits, the shows may be forced to make adjustments to their processes. For Jeopardy, this could mean more in-depth contestant briefings and heightened scrutiny over question selection to eliminate any perceived favoritism or discrepancies. For Wheel of Fortune, the lawsuit may prompt an examination of the wheel's mechanics, ensuring that its outcomes are truly random and not influenced by any mechanical bias. Though the wheel has long been regarded as an objective force of chance, this lawsuit may pressure the production team to conduct regular inspections or even consider an overhaul of the wheel to guarantee its integrity. Any structural changes could alter the game's dynamic, potentially influencing the beloved luck-based element that has made Wheel of Fortune so engaging over the years. Broader implications for game shows. The outcomes of these lawsuits could also set a precedent for other game shows, particularly those involving large cash prizes or intense competition. Game shows have always operated in a unique space within television, balancing entertainment with the promise of fair competition. If these cases move forward and the plaintiff's claims are validated, it could lead to widespread reforms across the industry, prompting producers to establish stricter guidelines, transparency protocols, and contestant protections.